let's talk about displays. I've finally bought some new shelves to replace all my garbage shelves. They're just cheap garage shelves. Functional, but not the best looking. So when I was coming down to pick out shelves, I had to decide what I needed them to do. What I wanted was something that looked uniform, but allowed me to take care of my nicer stuff, you know, like Masterpiece, my NECA collection, some other collectible lines, but also gave me the option just to place to put, you know, kind of the more common fodder stuff that's fun to have, but like, you know, movie garbage and the chug toys, things of that nature, so that I could have it all and have it all in a uniform look. But, you know, I don't necessarily need like glass display cases for movie stuff. That's kind of overkill until, you know, I just quit buying toys and, you know, all my hobby money can go just into shelves, which I'm nowhere near. So with that in mind, I ended up on the Billy shelves from Ikea. I like them because they're very affordable. They're kind of easily to, over time, add nicer bits to, because you can change out the wooden shelves with glass shelves, except for I think like the middle one. You can add glass doors as an option, again, over time. So that'll allow me to kind of organically grow it up over time in a budgeted manner. So that's what I landed on. So now that I've picked out what I want to do, the problem is, how do I make it happen? So, you know, first I bought the first set of shelves, and I decided to start, of course, with the nicest stuff, which is right over here to my side, is, you know, again, the Masterpiece stuff. But even then, there's more on that shelf, or in that area, than will go onto the shelves, because I'm going to spread them out a little bit more and start having a nicer looking collection. And, you know, I think that will ultimately end up with me getting rid of some more stuff, but what I have will be nicer and look nicer. You know, happens, I think, to every collector at some point. How do I go about that without, you know, infinite shuffling? So I think what I'm going to do is find my least desirable stuff and tub it. Remember earlier, I'm not about that hashtag bin life. It just sucks. Put my least desirable stuff in some extra totes. Take stuff from my nicer shelf. I'm not super concerned about being in the nice glass cases to begin with, and move that over there. And then over time, might switch some stuff out, but that way I'm not just constantly switching stuff around as I, you know, slowly piecemeal upgrade my shelving set. So I think, you know, probably like my GoBots. I want to get my GoBot collection out. Can find something else, like, again, maybe the movie stuff. That would free me up a lot of shelves. I can bin them for a while. That's fine. Give me a lot of space to move some of that stuff over until I get the new area set up. I've looked around and I've decided not Star Wars Transformers, not Marvel Transformers. The movie toys are going to be the first thing I bin up to make myself some room. So, you know, when I'm binning up my old stuff, it's important to treat everything, you know, with the quality it deserves and the care, you know, to safely store these figures, you know, for later use. So, be just very careful and gentle, because show them as much respect as the movie has shown you throughout the years. And then that's the only way to deal with it. It's always important to label your boxes. So next I have to start cleaning off these shelves a bit. I've made some room. So what I think I'm going to do is take the pieces I know will go in the new shelves and honestly just put them in the floor. Kind of all around down through here on this side. That'll be nice and out of the way, tuck them back in this corner, but still leave the path coming from the entrance over here, because, you know, I have to carry a bunch of heavy shelves, and I'll probably build them here in the floor over here. Time to start cleaning some shelves. And obviously the plan here is to try to sort them into piles. I want to leave myself some room to walk, hopefully, and try to keep them, you know, approximately organized in kind of the order they'll go on shelves. Again, I won't really know until I get the shelves in, but we'll see. I knew this was going to be a pain in the ass, but this is more pain in the ass than I thought it was going to be. I got like 3.5 shelves cleared off, and I'm already sick of this. And I mean, got a lot more to go here. Ugh. Analysis paralysis is a real bitch. I think for these like odds and ends stuff, like some of that, some of this stuff over here. I think for these guys, I think I want to toss them in this little tote I have. Just kind of store them there until I figure out what the hell I really want to do with it. One thing I'm finding helpful in this terrible decision that I have made is having a spare tub to carry the crap from the old shelves over to the new shelves where I made the room where I got rid of the movie shit. Finding that really helpful, just saving some time for, you know, again, the stuff I'm transporting that probably is going to have space on the new layout. Wish I had more tubs. Another big problem is fighting the mental battle of, I don't want to do this shit, I just want to go upstairs and watch TV or something. Is I find it just really helps me, at least, to just pick something small and do that. Like, don't say, oh, what am I going to do with all these toys? It's, what am I going to do with, you know, my collectible Ninja Turtles? What am I going to do with it? And just try to chunk it off little by little like that, and it just kind of keeps the can kicking. And then before I know it's okay, I got 2 or 3 shelves done, and it wasn't so bad. There's the shelves and the glass shelves, but that's not all. There's more. That's all the glass doors. Alright. All the Masterpiece down, all my collector Ninja Turtle stuff down, and all my collector Batman stuff down. Making progress. My shelves look like. Finally got my first shelf empty there on the right. Okay. One thing with moving all this stuff, you kind of mess with some stuff you haven't touched in a long time, like the GoBot base I got here. Almost done. Just got those 2 shelves to clear off. And we're done. Gotta clean up the bugs. So many dead bugs in the basement. And get to building. Now this ain't about to be how to put together fucking Ikea shelves instructional video. Ain't happening. But I will point out a couple of things I've noticed as I go along. Like for example, when you're nailing in the backboard on the other side, if you don't line it up really good, you can pop through. I mean, I don't think it'll be noticeable. It'll be fine. Another thing is, they got the cool little cutout here for your baseboards to slide in, except my baseboards are a lot taller, so it won't actually sit up against the wall, which will be nice, but, you know, what are you gonna do? It'll be fine. All the building is finally done, as you can see, or at least the main of them, and the next part is to fix them to the wall. Like I didn't want to, I've never bothered to fix bookshelves to the wall, but this floor is carpet. And I think on the carpet, along with just kind of how they're kind of a little wobbly, you know, not terribly so, but a little, that it's probably going to need it. Now, with my other shelves, it wasn't important. They had a nice big wide base, but I think these guys I'm going to have to, especially when I put glass doors on, and opening the glass doors, that's put a lot of weight leaning on it, so bleh. Nothing's screwed in yet, and I'm going to close up that gap right there. Probably end up having a little more of a gap there, but this is going to be the approximate layout of them. I'm still scooting them around. I need to make sure the doors won't clash with each other. Find out how much spacing I need in between them. I kind of estimate all that out, and then I can grab my ladder and start screwing them in up there. Make sure they stay on the wall. All right, I think I got the final placement here. Just evened out the gaps along. Got my corner piece here. I'm kind of guesstimating because the piece that goes in here, like, helps the legs line up, and it has pieces that bring the tops together. Ikea stiffed me on it, so I've got a new one ordered from eBay, but I have to wait on that. So I think it's time. I don't know what I'm doing, and my stud finder is crap. Well, they're fixed to the wall, or at least as best as I can get them. And so next, doors or shelves. I went back and forth, and I decided I'm gonna do the shelves first. And maybe that's really obvious, like, duh, you should do the shelves first. I'm doing glass shelves, and it looks like the glass shelves, you gotta screw them in, just like you can't just have the little resters that you put in for it and be more secure, I guess. Probably still gonna be a pain in the ass either way you slice it, but I think it'll be easier to work around the glass shelves than try to put the glass shelves in with doors open the whole time and smashing against them. So time to see how that's like. Got my glass shelf here, and can you believe this shit? Fucking sticker on it. Sticker. I gotta scrape it off. I'm gonna have to goog on it. Jesus Christ, guys. And there's my first shelf put together. Coming along to look cool with the glass doors, I think. I'm thinking in this corner is going to be the Batman stuff. You know, again, pretty similar to where it was before, but, you know, more spaced out. Gonna let them breathe a little more. Maybe I'll put my Ninja Turtles right underneath them. Making pretty good progress. Got some Masterpiece toys done. Got my Ninja Turtles done. Some random robots done. Got my Batman stuff done. Got my He-Man stuff done. I'll probably, you know, adjust it over time as new toys come out, but this is at least a rough start, a good starting place. Yet another thing that kind of pisses me off is the glass shelves attached with these. So you screw it in the back, and this little black piece screws down, and then you screw it up, and it has a soft pad on it to hold the glass shelves. And so that seems fine. Lots of times, it doesn't like to unscrew. I mean, it's a soft rubber, the black is, and it has another little white rubber pad on top that, or clear rubber pad that you may or may not can see. And it'll just chew it up underneath. It's just a pain in the ass. It's just little stuff like that along the way that's just to the point where I'm getting a lot of stuff up on shelves. I'm starting to just lay it all out on the floor, kind of get a rough idea where it to go, then make measurements, and then, you know, measure it out, put them where they get so that everything fits. This portion right here is probably the one that is fit the best overall. The lower half of the Masterpiece seemed to fit okay as well, but there's some stuff over here like the Batman stuff where I like this area, although I want some razors so I can get, you know, put some dudes up higher. You know, I probably got too much room at the top. You know, I could probably shorten that a notch. That way I could have a little more room where the Batmobile is. So, you know, you kind of learn as you go. Over here, the Turtles are probably spaced pretty well, but I'm probably going to swap these two shelves, but probably leave the villains over there, but put the NECA stuff down here with the villains. This set of villains, you know, the three that came with the cartoon set to go up with the new NECA set. So, you know, there's some just tweaking and adjustment. I really don't know what to do with the stuff down here. Those are big toys. I don't have room for anything else to go there. I don't want them in the corner piece because I want them behind glass, so not really sure what to do, but you know, it's toys. it'll come along. And I've been doing a lot of lazy man organizing like this, where I just kind of lay them out on the floor, Autobots and Decepticons, in kind of the order I want to go. So, you know, got movie stuff, and then post-movie stuff, kind of coming out, and the same for the Autobot side, and kind of figure out how I can kind of halfway balance the shelves. And I try to keep an idea of what's coming out. Fans Toys Quiet is coming at some point over here, and Fans Toys Hydra coming out, you know, down here with the Headmaster stuff at some point. I don't go too insane with it, you know, make the shelves look nice today, but even here with what I got up here, I actually already removed Prime because of the new MP30 coming out, Make Toys, Jazz, and you know, some other figures that I know are going to come here soon, so they're a little more spread out now, but that's to make room for what's coming very soon. Oh, and how could I forget this huge space right here for DX9's Gabriel as soon as that gets in. And these guys might bump down or get pushed to the side. I'm not exactly how much space he's going to take up. I know there's enough height. That's all I've really measured, but after that we'll see. Oh yeah, getting some doors up. Now the doors are pretty simple. The only thing I would notice, they come with a cardboard insert that has a black side and a white side, and if you want to use that, you get these little plastic things that you screw in to hold it in place. But if you're not using it, don't put them in there like I did. The instructions weren't really clear, and I felt kind of dumb once I realized. Probably the only other thing to note is that these screws here that go into the door, they don't actually go into anything. They don't screw into anything. They don't drill into anything. So they don't actually snug up all the way. But that's proper. That's just how they go. They get in there, and I think they're pushing something apart in there that causes the tension to keep them in place. So you can see here, there's still a good gap there, but they're in there nice and snug. And the only downside here, and somebody had told me this beforehand, is that even with them put to their max setting, there's still a decent gap here, which is kind of annoying. And I mean, there's honestly, there's a gap at the top, and there's a gap at the side here as well. I think, you know, some weather stripping will probably help clean that up to help keep it dust free in there. Although I'm really only concerned about the one here in the middle. It's the main one you will see, so. And of course, the doors have fucking stickers that you have to Goog on to get off. Stop that shit. What the fuck am I gonna do with all these shelves? Oh. So I'm about done, at least with the first pass. You know, I think there'll be some adjusting as time goes on. And get down to, what do I want to put in here? And it's not because I don't know what to put in there, it's because I got too much. Do I want to put some of my extraneous masterpiece type figures? Or maybe my Brave figures and start getting some more Brave figures? Or get my Fun Pub Beast Wars stuff up there. Really like to have that there too. Goes back to something I said at the beginning of all this, is that I knew I'd have less space at the end of this, both from the shelves aren't as deep and the fact that I wanted to spread out my collection a little more. I don't know what I'll do. So here it is with all the doors on. I have to say, I like it pretty good. I guess now I should go ahead and put some of the stuff back on those empty shelves. After moving some stuff back, I got some empty shelves that have popped up again. Not a whole bunch, but I got a few. Couple more down here. Well, ain't that a bitch? So I had just a couple shelves left to put in. There's no room to slide it in. You know, I went ahead and tucked that one in, but like, you can't come in the front. So it's a good thing I put the doors up last for most of these. Let's see if I can adjust this door back to give me room. This screw on these, if you come out, it lets the door move in and out, which you want it as far as you can to close up the gap in the middle between the doors as much as possible. And probably need some weather stripping to really seal it off. But if you do that, I think that should give me enough room to slide this glass shelf in. Alright, it did. Just barely. Rubbing on this side right here just the entire time. But, you know, I think I'm going to end it here. Here's kind of a final look of how things are shaping up. And there's more work to come. For example, I'm still trying to decide what I want to put here. You know, obviously there's some gaps. Like, there's where DX9's Gabriel will go. And up here, left room for some Masterpiece Dinobot and Masterpiece Beast Wars Megatron when those come out. Room for the new version 3 Prime, and I've already gotten rid of my old one and some of the other toys that are coming in. So, you know, I've kind of spaced things out, knowing that it's going to get a little more cluttered over time. This Batman shelf is going to get completely redone. Just that whole top part, I'm going to rearrange it. But, you know, it's not going to end, and I think that'll be fun. This is part of the hobby, is organizing your shelves and arranging them. You know, I'm probably going to swap some stuff around here because the cartoon line, I suspect, will keep going while I suspect the Mirage line is dead. So I need more room to put with those guys. Where's Shredder going to go? Who knows? I'll have to figure that out later. So we'll just go over a quick look at everything. My Batman stuff, my He-Man stuff, some X-Men stuff, some Toy Story stuff, my odds and ends small shelf, which a glass door I believe would fit on there, but just with the caddy corner adapter, there's just no room actually in there to get it in there. But if it was flat, it would be able to. My collectible Ninja Turtle stuff,
my Voltron stuff, some of my gun robos, and a few Diaclone type things, micro change type things. Solo Chogokin, Diaclone reboot toy, my off-scale masterpiece stuff, and then my modern era masterpiece stuff. Modern era continued. Masterpiece Beast Wars, as well as just some other kind of filler stuff that I like. Some of the old exclusive Beast Wars toys. My movie era and faux G1 stuff. The iGear Seeker, yeah, I still have it. And, you know, Bumblebee Cybertronian form. Question mark, question mark, question mark. You know, and lastly, some of my masterpiece style toys from various companies for like Diaclone. And then just Fans Project Glacial Lord, because he's awesome and I love him. So I hope you've enjoyed building this crap with me. It's a lot of work. It's been fun. Unloading the shelves was not fun. Building the shelves was kind of it's alright. I don't mind building stuff. But organizing the shelves and kind of going through, that part's been pretty fun. I've enjoyed that. And like I said, it's not going to end, you know. I really want some lighting in this guy. Wouldn't that look cool? So, but you know, that can be another thing for another time when I get the funds for it and ever the motivation to do another big project. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you made you think about maybe some ideas for yours. Let me know. I'll see you next time. Later.